Welcome to the new Classical FM. We are live in Zoomer Hall at the Zoomerplex in downtown Toronto. It is Mark Wigmore here. And with me is rising star Canadian pianist, composer, and social media personality, Tony Ann. The Scarborough native has made a big splash online on YouTube and TikTok with his signature blending of neoclassical and pop piano styles. He's put special focus on introducing younger audiences to instrumental music, including the educational series Play That Word. His collaboration with the Chainsmokers helped his rise to fame, including major residencies and an appearance on Saturday Night Live. His original viral track, ICARUS, is enjoying over 5 million views. The latest feather in his cap, an invite to collaborate with international superstar classical pianist Long Long on the new recording Piano Book 2. An arrangement of ICARUS for 4 hands appears on the major Deutsche Grammophon release. We are thrilled to have Canadian talent Tony Ann here at the new Classical FM. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to be with you. Our technical producer, Faz Kazi, who works on this program all the time, he was telling me the two of you met at Berkeley a couple times, and so that was where some of the training happened, I guess after here in Toronto, is that right?
Yeah. So after Toronto, I did 1 year of piano training at Cleveland Institute of Music,
right,
which is more classical music, and then I felt that wasn't the road I wanted to go towards. So then in Berkeley, I did like songwriting, film scoring, a little bit producing, and then as well during that time, I did a lot of covers,
right,
which is how the Chainsmoker thing happened. And then went on tour for like 3 months with them, dropped out, moved to LA, and I guess, you know, the music journey
kind of goes from there.
Yeah.
A couple of major solo albums, some big viral releases online.
Mm-hmm.
When do you find your style, and what happens that so many people want to harness and collaborate with you? What do you think you were putting out there that started to attract all this attention?
I think, you know, my mission was to bridge my classical technique with my love of pop music. So I try to incorporate, you know, the stuff I learned in the world of classical music, and then mash it with my love of, you know, simplicity and harmonies, memorable melodies. So I kind of just mashed those two worlds together, and that's kind of what ICARUS is about, I feel like, you know, because you do have elements of classical technique. At the same time, you have like a melody that repeats throughout the 3 minutes, and harmonies that are you hear a lot of that in pop music.
Right,
you know,
of course, yeah. And so you started to get this attention. You played a lot with the Chainsmokers, you go on tour with them. I have to ask, I mean, you played Saturday Night Live, not a lot of musicians get to do that, so how was that experience for you?
That was really cool. That was actually my first gig in America.
Wow.
You know, because as a student, I couldn't work there.
Yeah.
You know, so SNL was my first gig. It was really, really cool.
So you're on keyboard there, or
yes.
So
it was me on keyboard, another keyboardist, and then the guys. It was really, really fun. It was really cool.
Lorne Michaels was there looking over?
He was, I believe he was in the audience.
Okay,
it was cool. We had dinner afterwards.
Wow.
It was really, really fun. I had a great time. That was 8 years ago.
Wow.
So I was still like, you know, starting in the industry.
Right.
You know, but it was really fun. Super thankful for that.
Let's talk a little bit more about ICARUS. Tell us how it sort of begins and why it keeps blossoming the way it does. I mean, what is it about that piece of music that's found such attention?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is, I didn't think that was going to be my most popular piece.
That's always the case,
you know,
isn't it?
I had a good feeling about the melody when I first wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to live in Los Angeles, you know, a high-rise building where you can see beautiful sunsets, and I think that subconsciously inspired the overall vibe of ICARUS.
Right, and I think you're looking at the sun, and you were imagining this sort of floating
And I think
idea.
what people vibe with is the melody, I would say.
Yeah.
Because you can sing along with it. It's pretty memorable. I think it's easy for kids to listen to as well.
Yeah.
And it's fairly easy to play on the piano. Like
do you like that interaction you have with young people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
that's
why is that important to you?
Because I think that's the most rewarding part
Yeah.
about like doing what I do, knowing my music has positively influenced the younger generation.
Yeah.
You know, that's just very inspiring to me and pushes me to keep composing, keep performing.
I'm sure it makes you imagine all the music you loved when you were a little kid as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We want to talk about Piano Book 2, and so ICARUS actually is an appearance on this album, and so Long Long heard it and said, okay, I want to include it, but I also want to include you, and so you guys actually got together and worked a 4-hand adaptation of this, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me about the experience.
It's absolutely crazy collaboration. You know, I met Lang Lang last year in Paris when he was doing a showcase at Fnac, which is like kind of a like electronic store.
Okay.
But that's when we first met, and then this collab just it was just kind of a right place, right time kind of thing. You know, I was asked to do a four-hand arrangement of Icarus, which I've never done a four-hand before, so it was kind of challenging for me. But you know, knowing Lang Lang, he's so fun, so easy to work with.
Yeah.
You know, we joined in the studio earlier this year in May in Paris, recorded it. It was very smooth, very efficient, and I'm just very thankful to be in this position because, you know, Lang Lang was someone who was always a recurring name, you know, growing up, playing classical music, training, you know, so to be working with one of my big inspirations as a kid, it's truly like a very full circle moment.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my team, very proud of myself.
Yeah, of course.
You know, just very happy, you know, and thankful for this. Absolutely.
It's really special, and we should also mention 360, where you know we talk about Icarus and the sun, and 360 is kind of your astrological exploration. I mean, maybe circa the planets or something like that. But tell me a little bit about that project, which came out earlier in 2025.
Yeah. So 360 came out in February.
Yeah.
And it's all about the 12 star signs. So there's 12 tracks all the way from Aries to Pisces. And the mission with this project was to try and portray each of the unique personalities and characteristics of the star signs. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Some were more challenging, like Taurus was kind of challenging, which is an earth sign. But some signs were really fun, like Aries, which is a fire sign, or Pisces.
How did Scorpio sound? Just out of interest.
Scorpio is kind of like mysterious, you know?
Yeah.
It's more somber, more slow, like kind of a very steady heartbeat kind of
I feel that, Tony.
Yeah, good.
As a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Tony, it's been a pleasure to have you
Thank
here.
you so much
We're
for
going to
having
get to hear Icarus, Tony Am, in performance at Zoomer Hall here at the Zoomerplex in downtown Toronto. The latest album is 360. The viral sensation piece is Icarus, and a new arrangement of Icarus is on the new Long Long album, Piano Book 2, featuring Tony Am alongside. My name is Mark Wigmore. Thank you for joining us here on the new Classical FM. We present to you Tony Am.